Good morning, folks. How are you this morning? Ron Bishop here, Timaru Tourist Promotions Limited. I'm a promoter. I'm a promoter of tourism in Timaru. And today I want to talk to you about a subject called the law of attraction. The law of attraction. What is the law of attraction? Well, some of you may have read about it. Some of you may have listened to videos on YouTube about it. The law of attraction simply states we attract to ourselves that which we think about. Our thoughts go out into the universe and bring to us everything we think about. Now, some people have called it The Secret. There was a film just done, a movie done on it, where a lady got a group of people who had been practicing the law of attraction together, and they did a video. They did a movie, and they called it the law of attraction. They called it The Secret. The Secret. You see, Earl Nightingale, many years ago, a bloke by the name of Earl Nightingale, he recorded The Secret. He called it The Strangest Secret. And the strangest secret is that we attract to ourselves that which we think about. So be careful of what you think, because it's almost certain you'll get it, right? So whatever we think about, that happens. Now, let's have a look at this. The universe has certain laws. For example, here is a pen. If I pick this pen up and I let it go, it'll drop. Why will it drop? Because the law of gravity. There's a law in the universe called the law of gravity, right? So whatever goes up comes down. There's another law called the law of opposites. Everything has an opposite. If you have a negative thought, you can also have a positive thought. There's a negative thought and a positive thought. And the law of attraction says we will attract to ourselves that which we think about. So if we have a negative thought, we will attract that situation to ourselves. But if we have a positive thought, we will attract a positive situation to ourselves. And we all want the positives. We all want to be successful. But if you are poor and you don't have a lot of money and you're struggling, it's because of what you've been thinking. You've been thinking about poverty. You've been talking about how poor you are. Other people that are poor will say, you say, are you going to buy this? And they say, no, I can't afford it. Their favourite saying is, I can't afford it. I taught my children to never say I can't afford it. Always say, I don't have the money at this time because it's invested. Right? The money's invested in it and I don't have it at this time. Right? You're not saying, I'm poor. You're not saying, I can't afford it. Because if you say, I can't afford it, you'll never be able to afford it. Now, the law of attraction says we must do exercises, mental exercises, to change the way we think. It takes effort to change the way we think. We have to consciously remind ourselves every time we have a negative thought, we must change it to a positive thought. In a recent video, I showed you a photograph of this old building here. This is the Hydro Grand Hotel that sits in Timaru. This is what it used to look like. But this is what it looks like now. Up on the wall here, you may be able to see a photograph of painting it, isn't it? A painting of the Hydro Grand. Because the Hydro Grand lost the gables, these gables here, see? In the 1975 storm, these gables blew off, and that's why it looks like this now, okay? But I'm going to change that. I'm going to change the way it looks by the law of attraction. I'm going to sell the idea to the people of Timaru that we need an icon in Timaru, and the icon in Timaru can be the old Hydro Grand Hotel. And we can restore this old Hydro Grand Hotel to its original condition, right? We may not be able to do that on the inside, but we can do it on the outside. So how do we use the law of attraction to do that? Well, we have to have a vision board. Let me show you my vision board. This is my vision board. This is an aerial view of the Hydro Grand, right? And this here is the old Hydro Grand Hotel, a photograph of the old Hydro Grand Hotel, right? And here is an image. A graphic artist did this for me, an image of the new hotel, because we want to build a new hotel where that building is on the right hand side there. We want to build a new hotel, a 5-star hotel, and do up the old one. So I have what they call a vision board. This is my vision board. It's in front of me every day. Every time I come into my office, I see this, right? And we're going to turn this old building here, this wonderful building, into this here by putting the gables back on, okay? And I'm going to do it using the law of attraction. Now some of you are sitting there and saying, Ron, you can't do that. You don't own the Hydro Grand Hotel. It's not yours. How can you do that? Well, someone else owns it. Look, with the law of attraction, you don't worry about how it's going to happen. All you do is you concentrate on the goal, what you want to have happen. My goal is to convince the owner of the Hydro Grand Hotel that this is what we should do. And we can do it by getting the whole community behind it, making it a community project. And it's my goal to make this a community project and convince the owner that he should come into this with us, and we can buy shares in his company or whatever it takes to make it happen. But with the law of attraction, you don't worry about how it's going to happen. I have no idea how it's going to happen, right? But it's going to happen because of the law of attraction, because I'm going to continue every day to look at this old hotel, and I visualize it every day being restored on Caroline Bay. And as I do that, my thoughts go out to other people, and they start visualizing it. They start believing in the idea. They start believing in the... Wouldn't it be absolutely fantastic if we could do that? If we could restore this old hotel. We could restore it back to its original condition. We could put a museum inside there and put some of these great architects, stuff that we have, what do you call it? Stuff. All this stuff we've got that we're trying to put into one little museum. We can put it in here. We can have a room called the Far Lap Room, because we've got the greatest racehorse ever to be born. Was born here in Timaru, and we can have a room called the Far Lap Room. We can have a room called the Bob Fitzsimmons Room. We've got a boxer that was from Timaru who won the world championship 3 times in a row in three different weights. We've got some interesting people. We've got some great things. We can put all these architects, how do you spell that? Architects, whatever it is, stuff. We can put all this stuff that is valuable into the old Hydro Grand. Going to be exciting. Absolutely going to be exciting. A lot of people say, yeah, but I've been doing that. I've been thinking about what I want and it doesn't ever happen. Well, let me tell you something. It doesn't happen overnight. Come with me and let me show you something. This is my vegetable garden. Look at all the fruit there. Look how big these vegetables are. There's my tomatoes over there. There's some carrots in there, some cucumbers in there. There's some parsnips in there. There's some silver beet over there. Some rhubarb at the back there. Now all this grew. It all came from a little seed in a packet. All I did was buy a little packet of seeds, and I planted this in the garden, right? In this raised garden here. Now, when I planted it, this stuff didn't come up overnight. I didn't get up in the morning and here it was. It took time. We had to water it. My wife's the waterer. She waters this every day, right? Nurturing it until it grows. It has to grow. We plant tomatoes, you'll get tomatoes. You plant carrots, you're going to get carrots. This is a little kitten. He's called Bo. Now I bought this for my wife because the other cat died. And here he is, this is Bo. Because his friend is called Buttons. He's got a friend called Buttons. And so this is Buttons and Bo. This is Bo. Okay? Hello, Bo. How are you today? Now, he didn't come into our life by accident. We visualized him. We held a picture of what this little cat would look like. And he came into our life. So everything that we own, all this stuff that we own, everything around us, is all came into our life because of the law of attraction. It's all energy. It's all moving energy. Have you ever wondered how a radio works? You turn on the switch, there's no wires, and somebody starts talking to you on a little machine called a radio? How does that happen? It happens because the voice goes through the air. There are airwaves. And the radio picks up on the airwaves. The same thing happens with our thoughts. When we think about some particular thing, have you ever been sitting there thinking about a person and wondering what happened to that person? Or have they been around? They haven't rung me for a while. And the phone goes, and it's that very person you've been thinking about. How did that happen? Was it an accident? No. You attracted that telephone call because your thoughts were thinking about that person. That person picked up on your thoughts and picked up the phone and rung you. I've done this many times getting car parks. I can get a car park outside anywhere I want to go because I visualize a car park right outside everywhere I want to go. I've done this many times, okay? If you can't get car parks, visualize having a car park right outside where you want to go, and you'll go around the corner and someone will pull out and let you in and you get the car park exactly where you want to go. It works. It's called the law of attraction. So prepare yourself for something exciting. If you've been bored with my videos and thinking, oh, he's talking a lot of old rubbish, this Ron Bishop, he's always on about something, listen to this one. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this one because we're going to build Timaru. We're going to make Timaru the greatest city in the South Island of New Zealand. Don't you worry about that. And we're going to do it using the law of attraction. I'm going to a council meeting next week. I'm going to be speaking to the council. What am I going to be speaking to the council about? I'm going to be speaking about this building here, about how we can restore this building. I'm going to be selling them the idea, right? Till eventually they think it's their idea. And once the whole community starts thinking about it, they become excited. And it'll happen, right? Very, very simple. So keep watching my videos. I'm going to be talking about the law of attraction in action, and you're going to see it. It's going to become a reality in your life. You can do anything you want in life if you think about it. Think about it every day, okay? Get a goal. Put it on the wall like I did. Get a vision board. Write your goal down. Get a picture in front of you of what you want to have happen, okay? Do that. And I'll be back tomorrow talking to you again about the law of attraction, right? The secret, you can do it. It's not a secret, you can do it. You can have anything you want in this world if you just use the law of attraction. In action. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.